Hey, what's up guys? Jesse here. Just wanted to show you my new bow and arrow that I made. Okay, this is my arrow. It is a rivercane arrow with wood inserts for a nock and for an arrowhead. With the arrowhead I just took a piece of steel and I sharpened it. These feathers I only like 2 on mine. It's just a personal preference, and you can see how they spiral. That's to make the arrow spiral. Those are bald eagle feathers that I found underneath an eagle's nest here out by Sanibel. The bow is red oak with a poplar handle riser on it. Here's the bow. It's a long bow. It's exactly 6 feet long. This is poplar glued on handle riser with a nice arrow shelf cut into it. It is backed with bamboo. And then on the ends here, that is animal tendon or sinew, just to make the ends a little stronger. I wrap them from about there down to there, and then some long strands up to about to where my thumb is. Okay, now I'm going to shoot it at this target over here from about 20 yards with a rivercane arrow and a homemade bow.
What?
Just get me in the shot and follow the arrow.
Okay.
I missed the target. It's my first time shooting it, but that was my rivercane and homemade bow. Rivercane arrow and homemade bow. You can see there's a pretty long shot. I missed the target, and the arrow is here, stuck in the ground. I don't want to just pull it out because I worked pretty hard on making that head, so I want to kind of dig it out. And there you go. Get the dirt off of it. There's my dog carrying a 4x4 that he chews on. Anyway, so there's the arrow. I'll shoot it one more time for you. Come on. Yeah, hopefully this time I'll actually hit the target. Damn it. Press pause. This time I'm going to hit the target. For real this time, I'm going to hit the target. Oh, stuck. Let me show you here. A homemade bow. It's a good little red oak bow. Good little red oak long bow. As you can see, it's a pretty good shot once you can actually hit the target. Here you go. We'll run through something with you guys real quick. Let me show you. Okay, so this is kind of what I do to make the bow. I sit it here, I work on it, I back it, I sinew it. This is the bald eagle feather that I stripped to make the arrow. And what basically goes down is, here, I'll show you something. Okay, here's a new bald eagle feather that I found under the nest today. This is a tail feather, so I can actually use both sides. So I can use this side and this side. With the wing feather, that feather I just showed you, it's only got, see, the feathers are still on the other side. They're tiny. This side over here had feathers that came way out. But this side, that's what was there. So you only get one side off a wing feather. This is a tail feather. It's used to keep them up and down, so they don't need them on one side. It's up and down, so you can use both sides. This is my tillering device that I have. Those are all measured inches. And that's how I tiller my bows. look at what tillering is. Tillering is, you put it like that, that's drawn to 18 inches. Not very big, but I have a short draw, believe it or not. I'm a tall guy, I'm almost 6 foot. But for some reason, I draw to about 23. I don't draw to 28. Not comfortably anyway. It's like out by my ear, and that's not comfortable to me. So that's pretty close to my draw. I bend it to take it down to my draw. You just grab it, and it's hard to do with one hand, but you can just bend it down to work your limbs. And what you do is you step back and you look at how your bend is going. And I got them to where they're both pretty smooth bends, pretty close to even. I think this one bends a tiny bit more, so I made that the top limb. Then I cut my arrow shelf into it. So that's an important tool right there. It's just a 2x4, leaning up against something. I kind of wallowed out the top here so that a bow will fit in there. Not very much though. And that's a super huge tool. Also, these are all the tools I use to make bows. You need an assortment of files, which mine are all on the table right now. But you need a lot of different files, which, like I said, mine are. Here's all my files. So I got this little triangular shaped one. I got my metal file. I got my fine wood file. I got my rat tail file. This thing's like what I make all the knocks with. And this is my 4-way rasp. This thing is what I do a lot of my work with. Pretty much make the bow with that. And then here's another fine file. I use a lot of those for arrow making and stuff. But yeah, you need every one of these instruments that I have to make arrows and bows. This hammer, I use that point to bust the sinew apart. So there you have it. Those are my tools that I use. Plus a machete as a draw knife, because I don't have a draw knife. And this is my Mulgabet bow right there that I made. This is a big piece of epay that I'm going to cut apart from the floor. This is also a piece of epay that I'm going to make a nice bow out of. But it's going to curve a little bit at the bottom so that I can follow the grain. But that'll be the next video. Anyway, there it is. And get into the woodpile, guys, and make yourself some bows and arrows and have fun. You only live once. Jesse Rush from Rush Bows. Have a good one.